Hi everyone, I'm Helen from the University of Greenwich. Just checking you can all see my screen. Yeah. If you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll answer them as I go along. Just some background about myself. I've been working at the university for over 7 years. Been to a number of different markets, and now I look after Turkey. So I think a really good stat is 96% of our current and former students would recommend the University of Greenwich, and that's a huge number, and really something that we pride ourselves on is that students would tell their friends, their family to come to Greenwich. So just to give you some overview about the university, we have a number of campuses where London is best ranked city in the world, according to some of the students. A lot of our programs are accredited. We're a very international university. So we have students from over 160 different countries. So you won't be just mixing with maybe 5 different nationalities, there'll be lots. So it's very multicultural. And we're really investing in the university. So a lot of we have state-of-the-art facilities, and always trying to put as much into all our campuses to make it the best place for the students. So I'm not sure how much of you know about Greenwich, but we actually have 3 campuses. So one at Greenwich, Avery Hill and Medway, and I'll just go into a bit more information about those. So if we start with Greenwich, our Greenwich campus is actually in central London, about 10 minutes away. You can get to there by tube, DLR trains, and this has our faculty of liberal arts and business. So a lot of our Turkish students will be studying on one of these campuses due to the nature of the programs that they particularly choose from. It's opposite the Canary Wharf, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a World Heritage Site. So actually you won't see a lot of University of Greenwich logo because it is a World Heritage, but it's a beautiful campus. We have Stockwell Street, which opened about 2 years ago, which is also home to our architecture and library. So as you can see, this is the Greenwich campus, right on the River Thames, opposite the financial district of the whole of UK, which is really important for students that are wanting to have work placement opportunities for both undergraduate and postgraduate. And unlike a lot of London universities, everything is within a 10 minutes walking distance. So you'll have the accommodation, which is 10 minutes walking distance, the library, all your lecture theatres. There's also lots of restaurants, bars, cafes. So everything is within 10 minutes. So you don't have to go into central London, but you have all the benefits on your doorstep. So this is Stockwell Street. Again, as I mentioned, it opened 2 years ago, and this is home to architecture and the library. The library's opened about 24 hours during peak times. But again, this is 5 minutes from our main campus at the Greenwich, at Greenwich. Avery Hill is our second campus, and it's home to our Faculty of Education and Health. We have over 2,000 halls of residence as well at Avery Hill. So that's why I always include that in our presentation, because you might not be studying at Greenwich, but a lot of students will live on the Avery Hill halls, because it is slightly cheaper than our Greenwich campus. It has all the sports facilities, so it has the gym, the 4G sports halls, everything that you need, basketball, tennis, badminton. But there is a free bus between our Avery Hill and our Greenwich campus, so you can go between the two quite easily. It's a free bus, so you don't have, that's no extra charge. And just go, this is it. So you can see, this is actually where the international office is based, where I'm from. So yeah, it's and it is more campus feel than our Greenwich one as such. Our next campus is Medway. Medway is in Kent, so about 60 minutes from our Greenwich campus. It's home to our Faculty of Engineering and Science. So what I think, if that's something that you are interested in, it's brilliant location because it has all the facilities that you would need. So it has all the labs and everything that you would want from a university if that's something that you are interested in within engineering and science. You wouldn't get those facilities if you were so close to Greenwich and in central London. Key thing is we also share the campus with 2 other universities, so University of Kent and Canterbury Christchurch. So you're not just interacting with Greenwich students, you're interacting with a wide range of students from all round, which is really important. Key fact is it has the longest library in Europe, which is over 200 metres long. And I'll just show you the next one. So again, this is it. You can see maybe the big white building, that is the 200 metres library. So again, with this, accommodation is on campus, so you can literally roll out of bed and into your classes. So everything that you need is together. So we have over 400 different subject areas. So at our Greenwich campus, it has business and architecture, law, computing, Avery Hill, education and health, and our Medway, engineering and science. So have a look at the programme, see if there is anything that you would like to know a bit more. Put it in the comment and I'll be able to help you. I think what's really important is that a lot of our programs are accredited, and I've definitely seen a shift over the past few years is from the students wanting to know what they are getting out of their experience, not just because they're travelling or they're going overseas to study, but what they are getting out of that. And a lot of our programs are accredited, which is vital and what you need to get that job in the future. It looks really good on those CVs. So key programs, I won't go through all, but I'll just pick out a few programs that you might be interested in. A key program for Greenwich is our MBA International Business. This is quite a unique program. We were one of the first universities to offer this opportunity. So our MBA International Business is a 2-year program. It's 1 year study, 1 year work placement. So why that's so key is that all students will be able to get that work experience on their placement. So we don't actually ask for any work experience to go onto this program. Students can come from any background. It could be from architecture to computing, and then you can go on to the MBA. There's multiple intakes. So in the current situation, there's September, January and April. So there are different opportunities to start throughout the year. It's quite affordable, especially for a London university. So it's 16,000 and that covers both years. So we would just be looking at a GPA minimum 2.5 and an Ielts currently of 6 overall with a minimum 5.5 in each skill. What I always do like to say to the students is that we will help you and support you in trying to find a placement, but it is down to you to apply for these jobs and go for the interviews. This program has been a huge success, and it's even got to the point where we've had to close programs because it's become so popular. So what I would say, if that is something that you aren't interested in, make sure you submit your application now to guarantee your place. Because we realised people were so interested in the placement opportunities, we've actually tried to include it with more programs. So last year we introduced it to our engineering and science faculty. So just like our MBA, it's 1 year study, 1 year work placement. So last year was our first year and it's been a huge success. So last year it was pharmaceutical sciences and engineering management, but this year we're trying to increase that. And as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different programs that you can apply for. Again, we don't ask for any work experience because you'll get that on your placement year. And just like the MBA, the fee is $16,000 and that will cover both years. So it's a one-off payment. If you do have any questions, as I say, please just go ahead and ask them. Another one is architecture. I always find this very popular in Turkey. So we do have our bachelor's, which is a 3-year program, but we also do have our master's opportunities, and our programs are accredited by REVA, which is very important. Our LLM, so our law programs are very popular as well. We have our LLB, which is a 3-year program, but we also have our law senior status, which is a 2-year program. And that's for students that have already got a degree background, but have changed circumstances and they now want to go into law. So it's a 2-year program, that senior status. We also do MSc in International and Criminology. What's so key, I think, because we are a London university, that allows us to have so many connections with law firms with and around the area, especially in London. So there's lots of opportunities for students to get those work opportunities possibly after. But it's also, with Greenwich, we are very set up for top-up degrees. So for students that have done 3 years in Turkey, you can come and do your final year with us at Greenwich for 1 year and get a University of Greenwich degree. We also do 2+2, do 2 years in Turkey and then come and do 2 years at Greenwich. So UK and degree programs are 3 years, unlike Turkey, which is normally around 4 years, as well as our masters, which is a 1-year program. So again, that is another option for you if you are wanting to try and save some money, do your degrees in Turkey, but you can come up, as I said, and top up your degree with us for 1 year. So University of Greenwich opened and partnered with our college, with Oxford International. They're our pathway provider. So we now call it UGIC, University of Greenwich International College, and we're in a lucky position. It is 2 minutes from our main campus. So unlike a lot of pathway providers that they might be maybe an hour away, actually ours is 2 minutes away, and actually we're in a nice position. We're next to the actual head office of Oxford International. So if students don't quite meet the entry requirements, we do have foundation programs and also pre-masters if you don't quite meet the entry requirements for our master programs. So there are opportunities. What we love with our partner, with Oxford International, is that they do a joint CAS. So you don't have to apply twice. You just apply the once and it will cover the duration of both either your foundation and your main program, or your pre-masters and your masters. And what I like about it personally is that if you're quite unsure, there's small classes, so they have a really in-depth teaching with you, and it's very one-on-one. Entry requirements. So at Greenwich, we do accept you from year 12 and then go straight into year 1. So you don't actually have to do a foundation with us. If you get that 70% at high school, we would accept you direct into year 1, which isn't very common. So it's a real opportunity with Greenwich. And we also ask for an IELTS of 6 overall, with a minimum 5.5 in each skills. There are alternative English tests that you can do as well. For masters, if for a lot of programs we would ask for a 2.5. Some programs, for example, architecture, law, we would ask for a 3. We are very flexible at Greenwich, and that's what I love personally, that we do look at each application on an individual basis. So if you don't quite meet the entry requirements, it's not a definite no. Just get in contact with us and we can help and support you and let you know what are your best options. Due to the current climate, we actually have lowered our IELTS requirements for our postgraduate. So normally it's an IELTS 6.5. However, we have lowered it this year so for an IELTS 6 overall, with a minimum 5.5 for our master's programs. There are some individual programs that do still ask for 6.5, for example, law, psychology, nursing, and architecture. But our business, engineering, science will now ask for 6. So we just got confirmation on that. Tuition fees. So for our undergraduate, we're looking at around 13,000 minimum. For year entry, direct entry year 3, it's 14,500. And for postgraduate, it's around 13,500 plus. The most expensive course is our MBA, which is 16,000, and our 1+1 programs. So it is a very reasonable price for students, especially within the location. I think supporting our students is vital and the heart of everything that we do at Greenwich. I was a student at Greenwich, so I know from personal experience the support that both the academics down to the student centre, the support that they give each student when they arrive on campus, whether it's something that you're having trouble within coursework, something's problem with their fees, someone is there to support all our students. And also, yes, you go to the University of Greenwich to study, but you also are there to enjoy yourself. Really make sure that you get involved in life. So join a society. There's lots of ones to join. Volunteering, there's part-time work that you can do. So there's lots of things to get involved in. International Scholarship Award. This is very key for students. So previously we'd offer a nationality scholarship, but we've actually changed it slightly. So all our students can apply for our International Scholarship Award. It varies between £1,000 and £3,000. It's not merit-based at all. It's just answering 3 questions about yourself. So it's how can you help the university become more internationalised? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And that's it. So you just, once you have an offer to us, make sure you go in and apply for that International Scholarship Award, because it can help you. It only comes off the first year of your studies, but as I said, it's between £1,000 and £3,000. So definitely, if you haven't applied and you've got an offer, go and apply for the International Scholarship Award. The last deadline is the 24th of July for September intake. I think it's also important, so a lot of you will be on a Tier 4 student visa, so you can work whilst you study. Your visa allows you to work 20 hours during term time and then full-time hours during your holidays and breaks. We have an employment team that will support you in trying to find a work placement, whether it's a work placement or part-time work. It's an online, so it tells recent jobs that you can go for. They will also help you with your CV, interview skills, and give you all that knowledge to be better prepared and go and find that job. And I think, again, London is ideal for that because there's so many opportunities to go for. Accommodation. A lot of our students will apply for accommodation on campus. All of our accommodation is a 10-minute walk away from campus. So as I said, Greenwich, 10 minutes at the very most. Avery Hill, it's literally on campus, and then Medway as well, it's on campus. It varies per studio, ensuite, standard room, but you're looking between 450 to 600 per month, and it is varying on what one you do go for. But all of them have laundry facilities, some have a gym, cafe, social areas that you can all go to. And all of them have sports facilities, whether it's a gym that you can apply for, whether it's table tennis, it's football, badminton. So there's lots of things that you can do both on the campus and around the campus that you're more than happy to attend. Again, this is our Avery Hill campus, so basketball, five-a-sides, football, so there's lots of things, and also lots of clubs that you can join. Football, there's an American football team, netball, so lots of things for you to take part in. So again, we have student unions on both our Greenwich and our Medway campus, so there's always things for you to get involved in and take part in. As I said, there's bars on both Medway and Greenwich, so there's always entertainment, bar, discos and everything that you can go to and be a part of. I won't keep you too long, so if you do have any questions that you don't want to answer here, feel free to email me, and that's also my WhatsApp number, so feel free to contact me on that. But does anyone have any questions that they would like to know at all, or any programs that they were particularly interested in? I hope I didn't speak too fast for you all. That's it really. So if anyone does have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Let's wait a little bit, maybe a few more minutes.
Okay.
If there is going to be any questions. Otherwise, we can say goodbye.
Okay then. So someone's asked about working opportunities for engineering. So as I said, our mechanical and manufacturing engineering now does that placement opportunity, which is an amazing opportunity which we never had previously. So for example, now they did a one year work experience, and that allows students to, especially with the visa now, adding that possibly 2 years extra, the option for your employer to maybe extend that. And there are options to extend that. It's not guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed, unfortunately. But especially within the Medway, it's a lot of industries, links that we have both around the area and local areas. So there are lots of opportunities. And I think with that mechanical engineering placement year, that is an ideal opportunity to get that work placement. We have a separate team that looks for placements within our engineering and science. so they will be able to support you in trying to find a placement. What I would say is those all our 1+1 programs within engineering and science are very popular, just like our MBA. So if you are interested, try and submit your application as soon as possible. So you can easily submit your application via one of our agents or directly to the university. What we would do is just look at your transcripts and your academic, so GPA of your degree transcripts plus your English, CV, personal statement. So just submit those either, as I said, via an agent or directly to us, and then we can have a look at your application. Any other questions at all? As I say, I was a student at Greenwich a few years ago, but I still love Greenwich itself. I think I love what it represents, both the old and the new merging together.
Well, I'm sure the potential students will also love Greenwich.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a beautiful campus, a bit like Harry Potter.
That sounds great. All right, well, if there is more questions, they can always contact you personally.
Yes, please feel free. I'll put it up again. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to email me directly anytime.
Great. Thank you for your time, Helen, and for your
Thank you.
Take good care of yourself.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.